Ladies and gentlemen, on the 7th of July 2020, the Republic of Kenya submitted the candidature of Ambassador Amina Mohamed for the position of Director General of the World Trade Organization, the WTO. The World Trade Organization promotes trade for the benefit of all countries. It is the only institution that provides a unique forum for trade negotiations and for the settlement of disputes amongst its members. It is, in fact, the only platform for the integration of developing nations into the world economy. As a firm believer in the strengthening of international multilateral institutions, Kenya is convinced of the urgent need to revitalize the WTO to better serve the needs of all nations, large and small. We also believe that it is time that Africa took up her responsibility of serving at the helm of the WTO. Kenya offers Amina Mohamed, a uniquely qualified person, to lead the WTO at this critical time, and if selected, she will be the first African and indeed the first woman to serve at the helm of the World Trade Organization. Minister Mohamed understands the WTO, understands its processes, having chaired all its high-level decision-making bodies. For example, the Ministerial Conference, the General Council, the Dispute Settlement Body, as well as the Trade Policy Review Body. The length and breadth of her experience with the WTO and the multilateral trading system, combined with her extensive track record in international relations and her political experience, I believe, is unparalleled. She has devoted a significant part of her professional career in championing the benefits of trade as a way to alleviate poverty and improve living standards, not only here in Kenya, but across the world. Amina Mohamed has served this nation greatly across several ministerial portfolios. She served as the Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Trade. She has also served as the Minister for Education, Science and Technology, and is currently serving as Kenya's Minister for Sports, Culture and Heritage. This over and above many other senior governmental jobs as ambassador, as permanent secretary, and many other portfolios that she has held in the past. It should also be noted that Minister Mohamed chaired the 10th WTO Ministerial Conference that was held here in Nairobi and that was highly successful. And that currently she is president of the 14th United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. From a personal perspective, my experience working with her over the years and watching her work with others has convinced me that she is an effective leader and without doubt a master consensus builder. She listens to advice and works hard always to find common ground. I have no doubt in my mind that her leadership of the WTO will without doubt be a game changer that will enable this important institution to meet the requirements of its members and all member states, and to better address the evolving demands of the 21st century, and this led by a proven consensus builder. Owing to her outstanding credentials, I do again strongly believe that Ambassador Mohamed will enjoy broad support from countries across the world, with our pledge as Kenya not only to support her, but to continue working closely with all countries on the African continent and across the globe to build consensus and a truly meaningful multilateral trade platform that every single country can benefit from. And I thank you all. I believe that this is a great opportunity, not just for Amina, but for our country. And I appeal to all our friends who understand Kenya and who know Kenya's position, especially with regard to a country that seeks to build consensus, a country that seeks to build bridges and peace amongst nations. We are a country that will strongly back Ambassador Mohamed, whom we are extremely proud of. And we do believe that she does, within her, have the capacity to take world trade to a whole new level and to bring consensus at a time that it is greatly needed in the World Trade Body.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta for nominating me as Kenya's candidate for the position of Director General of the WTO. I'm humbled by the confidence His Excellency has shown in me, and I want to assure Your Excellency that I will do my very best to bring honor to our country and to Africa if selected as the next WTO Director General. I have spent a significant part of my career in advocating for a liberalized trading system that would benefit all countries, and particularly ours on the continent. The rules-based multilateral trading system has been a force for good since its creation in 1948 by contributing to the tremendous expansion of the global economy, increasing living standards in almost all countries. It has helped developing countries, including African countries, to use trade to alleviate poverty and achieve sustainable economic growth and development. Its many achievements risk being overshadowed by its inability to confront recent challenges, including the inability to conclude agreements that would modernize the trading system and enable it to provide opportunities for businesses to expand trade and investment for the benefit of all of us. The unexpected selection process for the position of WTO Director General has come at a time when the world is confronting the deadly pandemic, which is expected to trigger the most severe, Your Excellency, economic contraction since the Great Depression. No country is in a position to manage the COVID crisis alone. That holds particularly true for trade. Indeed, what the world now needs the most is a revitalized WTO that would play an enhanced role in pulling the global economy out of recession. Your Excellency, if I'm selected as WTO Director General, I will work collaboratively and inclusively with all members to help them reach convergence on reform and renewal of the organization to meet their needs and their aspirations. We need a strengthened WTO that would make a difference in the lives of ordinary men and women. The role of the DG has been described as that of a facilitator by Peter Sutherland, who was the first Director General of the WTO. This means using every possible opportunity for building bridges among WTO members to advance the work of the organization. Having served as chairperson of all the highest WTO bodies, I have demonstrated that I can bring members together to deliberate and find appropriate solutions to the critical issues facing the WTO. I believe in the transformative power of trade, not only to improve the economic well-being of countries, but also as an anchor for peace and security in our world. The trust bestowed upon me by our President, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, with this nomination will energize me to work hard to convince WTO members that I possess all the qualities and experiences His Excellency has described to lead the organization at this critical time. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.